guys? Welcome. It is, the light's kind of weird here, but that's okay. We're here on a Saturday. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if you can hear me and see me. Welcome, you guys. Welcome. Happy Saturday. Let me know if you can hear me, see me. I came on a little early. We'll give people a chance to get the alert that I'm in. But if you're on here, let me know if you can hear me and see me clearly. Happy Saturday. We're here. Thank you, Tracy Gen X. Happy Saturday, everyone. Joe, welcome. Y'all tell me thank you by the book, because I was about to say, y'all tell me where you're from. Happy Saturday, everyone. Let me know where you're from. You see and hear me? Great, Brian, Alexander. Y'all can hear me and see me? Tell me where you're from, you guys. Tell me where you're from. The light looks a little crazy. I look like I just woke up, you guys. Look at all y'all. Atlanta, crystal clear, good. Dallas, Utah, Miami, Florida. Camilla from Alaska. Camilla, y'all was on the list. Camilla. Did you know Alaska was on the list? Birmingham, Denver, DMV, Atlanta, Eloise from Atlanta, Norfolk, Ray. Ray, we missed you in the mentorship, Ray. Yes, Camilla, y'all on the list. And I thought about you when I recorded that last video I did. Y'all look like I just woke up from the grave. But I didn't. It's because this light is shining on me right here. So, yes, we'll go over that, Camilla. Welcome, everybody. I'm so happy to see y'all. It's almost 7 o'clock. I know I haven't gone live in so long, but I said it's a 3-day weekend. Y'all might be off on Monday. Y'all might be chilling at the house. Y'all might be grilling. We might as well talk foreclosures. September, everybody's talking about like the great lock-in. I'm going to lock in, just focus. September, y'all make some goals. And, fourth quarter, just lock in, you guys. Can you look up 30344 foreclosures? Yes, Tracy, remind me to do that as we go through tonight. I'm sure we'll start looking. I feel like next week is a big auction week. So let's look at some auctions. I had a schedule for this weekend, for this 3 days, right? Like I was going to do REOs tonight, auctions tomorrow, and then like pre-foreclosures on Monday. But y'all know when we get on here, we just kind of go where the wind takes us. Let's say that. We go where we go. You know what I mean? So if you have questions or want to know certain things, y'all know, put it in the chat. I'll try to respond to it. If you're trying to type in the chat, you got to be a subscriber, I think, to type in the chat, because y'all know they be trying to spam me. So 7 o'clock. Welcome, everybody. Let me do an introduction for people who are new here. People are starting to get the email that I'm live, so people will start coming. But let me do an introduction in case you're new here, you guys. Whose first time is it here with me? I always love my little first timers. Hi, Tawana. Okay, you guys, so welcome. I'm Ashley Pickens. I've been in real estate since 2006. Y'all, look, I'm trying to look at myself and look at the camera. Does it look like I'm looking down when I do this? Your first time. I'm so excited, from LA. I'm going to try to look at the camera, but it just feels more comfortable for me to look down. Okay. So this is what we're going to do, and we all going to be happy and roll with it. Okay. So I'm Ashley Pickens. I'm here in Memphis, Tennessee. I almost forgot my little intro, you guys. I've been in real estate since 2006 as a real estate agent, also as a real estate broker. 2006, you guys, but y'all know me as your auction mama. I'm the one that says going once, going twice, sold at the courthouse here in Shelby County, which is Memphis, all the way to Nashville, parts of Mississippi, and all the little rural counties in between. I auction off foreclosures for the bank. And then I come on here and I try to teach y'all stuff about foreclosures, every phase of foreclosure. And so that is what I do. So welcome to everybody that's new. Welcome to people who have been here a million times. I love and appreciate you all. Yes, welcome. I used to go live all the time, like every Sunday, and then life started lifing. So, but here, I'm going to be on here 3 days, you guys. So y'all can come all 3 days. You can come one day, whatever you want to do, but we'll be here all 3 days. Somebody already asked me about the mentorship. The mentorship is open, you guys. The next one starts September 10th. Twana's in here, Ray's in here. It's really good. It goes for 6 weeks, and I teach you all about pre-foreclosures. Y'all know I'm about to take the journey to get certified as an REO listing agent. So come follow that journey too with me, you guys. So, hi, watch me work. Hi, watch me work. I love my YouTube community. So, mentorship is open. I think the early bird special ends on Monday. So, join that if you're interested in reaching out to pre-foreclosures marketing, scripts, talking to homeowners, banks, making offers, and just an amazing community. So many amazing people in our community who do REOs, heavy hitters in the REO industry, heavy hitters who do BPOs, and then, so check that out if you're interested in that. But let's jump in at 7:03. You guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. People will come in here. Let's see. What do y'all want to start with today? Let's do, I like to talk about a little bit of what's going on in the news, foreclosure numbers, where we are so far as we end quarter 3, right? And get ready for quarter 4. What are foreclosures looking like? Y'all know they said that this next wave is going to be worse than 2008. They said it's going to be worse than 2008. You know what? Y'all know I start whispering when I think it's really serious, right? So that's what they say. So y'all better buckle up and get ready for what's going to come. I hate that the light is kind of on me. Is that better? I think that's better because the light was like shining right on my face. Yeah, everybody's saying that it's going to be worse. I think it's because we have so many factors that we didn't have in 2008. And the thing is, when like we have housing downturns and bubbles, no bubbles are the same, right? Like it's like, well, this is not 2008. You're like, I know it's 2026, it's 2025, right? No downturns are the same, right? And we've never had where we stopped foreclosures for like 2 years or 3 years, right? We've never stopped foreclosures like that. To have a moratorium to cut off foreclosures for years at a time. And then just so many other factors, like we're starting to see an increase in people who are in foreclosure who just bought in the last 2-3 years, like a huge increase in people who are losing their house. Avriel, she's not on here, but she's in Austin, Texas, and she files foreclosures for attorneys and trustees. And she's works that Austin area, Austin, Texas. And she filed this week because y'all know Texas and Georgia, big auction week next week, first Tuesday of the month. And she filed her notices with the county. And I think she had like 12 or 15. All of them, you guys, get this, all of them were purchased in 2024. Not 2022, not 2021, 2024. You guys, is that not crazy? I saw somebody on our foreclosure list that bought in June of 2024 and already in foreclosure. Like people are losing their houses in less than a year. And they're not going to sell at auction, right? They're not going to sell at auction. Why? Because the opening bid is the loan balance. I've said this before. The opening bid at the auction is the loan balance. And if you just bought 2-3 years ago, you guys, you still owe that whole balance. And when it goes up for auction, nobody's going to buy that. They want a discount at the auction, baby. They want a discount. So if the opening bid is market value, or in some cases, the opening bid is higher than the property is even worth now, it's not going to sell at auction. So they're going to end up going back to the bank. It's going to be a whole lot of REOs, you guys. And that's why your girl getting certified. I'm a Texas agent. In April 2024, I submitted a $975 on a home listed for 1.2. It sold to someone else for 1.1. They put in a pool, updated kitchen and bath, and put it on the market in 6 months. Did they sell it, Brian? Did they sell it? Now it's for sale 1.7, but it goes to Brian, look, Brian, I know you was over there typing your little self off because I was trying to read it as you was typing. So Brian said they just bought it April 2024, goes to auction on Tuesday for 1.3. Y'all, these people are losing their houses in less than a year. All in Texas, baby. Brian, Brian, you need to start working the REO side. Brian, I'm just telling you right now, Brian, hear me. And that's why y'all seen that Denzel meme. He's like, I'm leaving here with something. I'm leaving here with something this go round. You know what I mean? So REOs are going to explode here shortly. So y'all can follow that journey. I'm going to vlog the journey. Y'all are asking me about vlogging that. Um, so I will, you know what I mean? And if you do all those other things that are needed, just because you're not in real estate, because a lot of y'all are like, I'm not a real estate agent. Y'all, it's so many other opportunities that you can do, like property preservation. Um, that's right. Your auction mama told you oatmeal is better than no meal. Um, what was I going to say? Property preservation, trash outs, cleaning, landscaping, all that kind of stuff. You guys, y'all better get in where you fit in. I'm trying to tell you because your girl is going to run it up in the next 5 to 6 years. That is the plan I have mapped out. Okay. Um, Wrote the vision and made it plain. I'm trying to tell you right now is what we're doing. Appraisers. Like I got my people lined up. I talked to my home inspector last week. He was out at a property for me, and I'm like, I'm gonna need you. And he was like, let me know. I'm like, just get ready. So um that's the plan. That's the plan. And I'll try to share as much of that journey as I can with you all. Um, as your girl run it up for the next 5 or 6 years. I feel like I'm out here being Noah. Remember when Noah was like, it's about to rain. It's about to rain. Y'all better get in the ark. Get your animals. Dude, I'm out here being, call me Noah. Because I know what I'm talking about. But you don't have to take it from me. You can just watch. You know what I mean? But I'll teach you. I'll teach you too. You know what I mean? So, um, a lot of people, a guy was in my DMs the other day and we were talking about investment properties. And he was like, I missed the last one in 2008. He was like, but I ain't missing this one. I was like, that's everybody. Like I said, I was 21 in 2006. I got licensed in 2006. I was 21. Y'all can do the math on that. Um, so, I mean, I did buy a couple of properties then, but I had just got my license, right? I was 21. I flipped a couple of properties and then the market crashed and shoot, I went back to college and got my degree, right? Because I was still young. So I really didn't capitalize off that, that 2008, you know what I mean? That downturn. But y'all, this go round, your girl is older and wiser. Let me tell you. So, what do you need to be REO certified? There's so many different certifications. I'm going to take Bubba Mills certification, um, and do that. I'm in that class for September. So, shout out to him. I don't have a code for y'all, but that's the plan. I'm one of the few that bought a foreclosure. Were you, Tracy? Do you know any lenders who specialize in mobile manufactured homes? Look, anybody in my chat that specialize in mobile manufactured homes, somebody reached out to me and said he did something. I'll have to look and see what his name was because it's always people reaching out to me saying that they do financing and lending and all that kind of stuff. But I'll have to figure out who he was. And maybe I need to have like another master class like on financing, and Jackie from Round Rock on financing and how to buy properties, because you're right, y'all need to know how to buy them right when they come. But somebody reached out to me, Google account. um but that's the plan going forward and just being locked in. But I was saying, like, there's other things like trash outs. I was seeing this guy out of Miami. They were interviewing him and he said during the last crash he did like a trash out. That's what he specialized in, trash outs. And he made a killing. That guy became like a millionaire just doing trash outs for the banks, trashing out people's houses when when the banks took them back and they were in foreclosure, because they need that type of things. So that's, you know what I mean? So just think outside of the box a lot of times. Trash outs, cleaning, landscaping, that kind of stuff. The banks will need that kind of stuff. So let's jump in. Let's talk. I see your comments over there. So if I see something that I can't teach y'all yet, Seven, I got to learn myself. But when I learn, I'll teach you. When I said I was going to vlog, so y'all can see when I get my REO listings and what I have to do and trash them out and rekey and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Um, so I'll try to share the journey as much as I can with you. Um, let's see if I can share my screen with y'all a little bit and we'll go from there. I always like to start with, I usually start with daily job cuts, but let's just go to, y'all, we're going to pray about this Wi-Fi. If the Wi-Fi messes up, you guys, but I have faith that it will stay strong. But if it does, I have a backup ready to go. So just go to the backup video. If it messes up, go to the next live. You'll see it's got the same date on it, everything. Just go to that one. Okay. But we're going to pray that it stays strong and we don't even have to use that one. So let's jump into some facts about what's going on in the market because I got to teach y'all. I'm just not going to talk, but y'all going to learn too. Here is the link for the mentorship if y'all want to jump into that. It's 6 weeks. If you join, you get to join with us. The current mentorship is about to be on week 6 coming up. So you can jump in, to the current mentorship and then start fresh in September. I'm in Atlanta, bought in 2024 and holding on for dear life. I got 4 people in here paying rent. As long as they paying rent, you just better keep holding on because everybody can't say that. Look, everybody cannot say that. I see so many investors on the foreclosure list right now. The foreclosure list is full of investors, you guys, to be completely honest. I cut it off. I see why it didn't work because I cut it off. Hold on. Here you guys. I'll probably continue the early bird special until Monday since it's Labor Day. And then Tuesday, it will go back to a regular price. But if you jump in, you get all the letters, the blueprint course, and you can start with us on Thursday and then start fresh in September. So let's go. Yes, full of investors, y'all. Full of investors. It's full of investors in Texas. Sharon, Jackie, who else just said they was in Texas? Somebody else just said, y'all, Texas. I promise you, I was thinking I moved to Texas for 2 years in the next 2 years or work it for a summer. Texas is going to get hit so hard. Houston, Dallas, Austin. Ridiculous right now. Ridiculous right now. Y'all's foreclosures are like doubling every month. And y'all got a ton of veterans in foreclosure in Texas. But the thing in Texas is y'all don't have no equity. A lot of people don't have any equity. And so my friend is having a short sale, a ton of properties. She's having a short sale them because y'all don't have any equity. Texas is they keep saying Texas is going to be like the epicenter of the foreclosure wave. Texas, Ray's in the mentorship. There he is talking about 6 weeks. Ray made 30K in the mentorship. Ray, did you see that Maryland is number 2 on the foreclosure list? Number 2, Ray. Ray said he saw the notices doubling up there in Maryland. Do you think the rental market will start to be impacted? I mean, if people lose their home to foreclosure, it's not like they can turn around and buy again. You know what I mean? So rentals I feel like people are lowering their prices on rentals too, right? Like if you lose your home to foreclosure, you got to go somewhere, right? So you're probably going to end up having to rent somewhere. So let's look because I see y'all throwing in your cities. Let's go look at the numbers so I don't have to guess. Hold on. Let me know if you can see my screen and we're going to put the Wi-Fi stay strong all night. Blink if you can see my screen. Blink if you can see my screen. Y'all can see it. Look, y'all can see it. Thank you, Jackie. Okay, so I'm on Adam. Let's go to recent articles. I'm going to drop it in the chat so y'all can read along with me. Let's go down to... let's go here. Oh, I haven't been on here in so long. Look at this, you guys. Underwater mortgages. I know they make it seem like everybody has equity, but everybody does not have equity. Look at this, you guys. Look at this. Look, can y'all see that? Hold on, I'll make it a little bigger. Hold on. Look at Louisiana. It used to be 1 in 10. Now it's 1 in 8 mortgages are underwater in Louisiana. You guys, Kentucky, 1 in 14 mortgages. Mississippi, 1 in 15 mortgages. 1 in 8? You guys are upside down. That means they owe more on their house than their house is worth. You guys, 1 in 8. Y'all, that is insane, isn't it? You guys, 1 in 8. And people are always like, you got equity. Everybody does not have equity. Y'all trust and believe. And I always say y'all know, y'all can quote me when I say this. The good thing about real estate is your value depends on the homes around you. The bad thing about real estate is your home value depends on the homes around you. Are y'all still there? Because it just clicked out on me. Y'all still see me? Somebody blink. Say, y'all blink. Ray, I can still see you. I'm still good, right, you guys? Because it did stop sharing my screen. Okay, good. Okay. Because it did click out, and I'm like, oh, Lord. We don't need it to click out. Let's try this again. Okay, let's see if we can get this working again. They had equity until they took y'all loan modifications. I think people forget that loan modifications do eat at your payoff. This one guy was in foreclosure and he wanted to sell before his auction, right? And so I was like, what's your payoff? And he said his payoff, he was like, I'll take 200 for it. And of course, his numbers looked great, right? His house was worth 300. He was like, I'll take 200 for it. I'm like, order your payoff. And he was like, well, my mortgage says 200. I'm like, order your payoff, because I looked at his title, right? I can look at his title. And I saw he had a modification that he did like 3 years ago. And I was like, order your payoff. And he was like, okay, but 200 will be good for me. Y'all, that man ordered his payoff and they included his modification plus interest plus foreclosure fees plus attorney fees. Y'all, don't y'all know his payoff was $358,000. And he was like, I was like, I told you that modification was going to come back. And I was like, and I kept telling him, I'm like, he was like, I'll take 200. I said, for your benefit, you need to order the payoff for your benefit, $358,000. Y'all, I was like, ooh, because he did a modification and they charge interest on your modification. And he forgot he took that money out and had to pay it back. And there's people with 2 and 3 modifications that they've done. Y'all got to pay that money back plus interest. So, he was upside down. They're trying to short sale him right now. Some investor was like, some investor told him to go file bankruptcy to stop his auction. And then they were going to try to short sale his house. He popped back up on my foreclosure list last week. And so I looked at his house and it's showing short sale. And I texted him and I was like, I see you back on the foreclosure list. What's going on? He didn't respond back to me. But I'm like, he was upset. I don't know what that investor was going to do for him. But he filed bankruptcy to stop it. But he back on the foreclosure list. I saw it. It popped up this past week. I was like, that modification came and I don't know, but no judgment, because I feel like sometimes that modification, like if you're in a hard spot and you need to modify, sometimes life be life and you just do what you can in that moment to stay afloat. You know what I mean? So no judgment, but you can't forget that it's there. Like, you know what I mean? You use that life jacket and now they want you to pay for the whole boat, life jacket, ocean, everything. You got the life jacket, but now they want your kidney. You know what I mean? So let's see if we can do this without messing up everything. You know what I mean, you guys? Okay, let's see if we can do that. Okay, so let's talk about foreclosure rates, cities, activity. So we can see my screen. Blink if you can see it. Blink if you can see it. Everybody knows the rules. If the Wi-Fi goes out, I got another backup video we will join. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for blinking. So U.S. foreclosure activity jumps 13% The highest it has been all of 2025. Has anybody seen that on the news? Nobody, because the news is not talking about foreclosures and how it's the highest of 2025. They just talking about how interest rates might be about to go. Interest rates went down a little bit and now buyers are starting to buy again. Okay, if you say so. So let's talk about it. Right now, we've got a total of 36,128 properties in the foreclosure process. You know this? If you don't, let me teach you. There are 3 phases of foreclosure, you guys. 3 phases. I try to teach a master class on all of them once a month. First phase, that's when the homeowner gets behind on their mortgage about 3 months. Most people right now are behind on their mortgage 1 and 2 years right now. I have never had anybody call me and say they're behind 3 months. Most people are behind a year at this point. That's the first phase. And then the lender files that notice of default. The second phase, their auction is scheduled. That is me, your auction mama. And then the third and final phase is the bank repossesses their property, right? If I can't sell it at auction, it goes up for auction, doesn't sell, it reverts back to the bank, repossessed by the bank, and becomes an REO property. Those are the 3 phases. Thank you, Jackie. The 3 phases of foreclosure. Okay. So we've got 36,128 properties in July, somewhere in that phase. Okay. So now let's talk about states and cities with the worst foreclosure rates right now. Worst foreclosure rates: Nevada, Florida, states, Florida, Maryland, Ray, South Carolina, and Illinois. Boom. Let's narrow it down to some cities. Bakersville, California. Boom. Cape Coral, Florida. So we got, Bakersville, California, Cape Coral, Florida, Lakeland, Florida. Florida going to get hit hard too. Texas, Florida, Columbia, South Carolina, and Deltona, Florida. These are the highest overall foreclosure rates. Here we go with the major cities with 1 million. Houston, Texas. Houston is at the top of every single one of these phases. Houston, Texas. Jacksonville, Florida. Y'all still with me? Because I can't see the chat. Yep. Okay. Houston. Jacksonville, Florida. Boom. Las Vegas, Nevada. I just saw an article on Las Vegas a few minutes ago. We'll have to read it. Riverside, California, and Cleveland, Ohio. Did I call any of y'all states and cities out? Foreclosure starts. That is the first phase. Homeowner gets behind and they file that default notice. These are brand new foreclosures, people going into foreclosure. I always try to let you know, properties can have multiple filings, right? A person can go into foreclosure, like that guy I was telling you about, file bankruptcy. It'll stop that foreclosure. He gets behind again. He starts the process back over again. So now he's got back into foreclosure. So these are foreclosure starts. Lenders started the foreclosure process on 24,302 properties in July, up 12% from last month, up over 10% from last month, and up 11% from a year ago. States that had the greatest number of foreclosure starts: Texas. Y'all, look at that. I have never seen that. And I think that number is just going to get higher and higher. In 1 month, 3,600 people went into foreclosure in July. Florida, 2,891. California, 2,830. Illinois, 1,177. And Ohio, 1,029. Let's talk about cities. Who number 1 again? Houston, Texas. If you work in Texas and you a real estate agent, start learning about foreclosures and working that market. Okay. Look, I know Avery, you're gonna be mad. My girl in Texas, who's in Austin, she got 30 REO listings right now. 30. The bank has given her 30 already. So Houston, Texas had 1,406 foreclosure starts. Chicago, Illinois, 1,117. New York City, 1,003. Miami, Florida, 920. And Dallas, Texas, 751 new foreclosures for the month of July. In the third and final phase, y'all still with me? Blink if you can hear me, because you know I get to talking and y'all be like, she frozen. Like, what? Y'all still with me? Jackie will tell me if y'all still with me. Thank you, Jackie. Thanks, y'all. Okay, everybody over there blinking and breathing. Okay. Y'all are just into the article. I know. Okay, so this is the third and final phase. That means the bank repossessed it. It is now an REO property. It did not sell at auction. Lenders repossessed 3,866 properties through completed foreclosure in July. So the decrease of 1% from last month and an increase of 18% from last year. States that had the greatest number of REOs in July included Texas with 377, California had 360, Florida had 241, Michigan had 236, and Illinois had 223. The major cities: Chicago, Illinois had 139, New York City had 120, Detroit, Michigan had 101, Houston, Texas had 95, and Los Angeles had 77 REO properties for the month of July. I will drop this in the chat so y'all can read it for your own understanding before you go to bed for some good old bedtime reading. So that gives you a picture of each of the phase of foreclosures, cities and states that are climbing the list. But we can dive a little deeper, you guys, because that's not all of them. And then we will jump into some properties that are zombie foreclosures. Those are foreclosures that the homeowner was in foreclosure or pre-foreclosure and has walked away from the property. It is a lot of investors with zombie properties. A lot of investors, properties just sitting empty. What was I going to... Boom, this was going to be the one. Foreclosure rates for all 50 states in July. And it kind of I'm going to scroll down. I know you're like, Ashley, you're going too fast. But I was just going to do show y'all what it says. We'll do the top 10 or so. Nevada is number one. Nevada. I think I be saying it wrong because y'all say I say it wrong. The A is like Apple. Nevada. Right? I'm just country. I think I'm just country. Nevada recorded the nation's worst foreclosure rate in July. The state saw 562 filings. Top counties were Mineral, Lyon, and Clark counties. Florida. Florida's number 2. Leading counties: Bradford, Osceola, and Clay counties. If I call your county or somewhere close to it, let me know. Ray. Where's my Ray? Number 3. Maryland is number 3. I did not know Maryland was going to be number 3. Baltimore City, Charles, and Allegheny. Y'all taught me how to say Allegheny. Allegheny. Number 4, South Carolina. Top counties: Dorchester, Kershaw, and Spartanburg, South Carolina. Y'all know where any of these places are? Y'all heard of any of these places? Y'all must just really be over there listening to me read because y'all not even in the chat. Y'all just learn. We're in class. Y'all are in class taking notes. Unless I done froze up. Hopefully I haven't froze up. Y'all can still hear me, right? Illinois. Number 5, counties: DeKalb, Will, and Cook County. 6 is Indiana. They had how many? 1,060 filings. Spencer, Grant, and Morgan counties. Number 7 is Delaware. So that's up there, y'all. Delaware, Maryland. Top counties: Newcastle, Sussex, and Kent. Y'all still with me? Yep, y'all still with me. Spartanburg is where BMWs are made. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Actually, do we have to be a broker to get REO listings? Yep. To be an REO agent, you do have to have a broker. Hold on, Jackie. You just have to be licensed. That's the question. You don't have to be you know what I mean? People use brokers so interchangeably. So let me say, all you need is a real estate license to do REO listings. You don't have to be like over the company, is what I mean. Um, Ray, I know you over there on it. Every time I see Maryland, I'll be like, Ray got it handled in Maryland. If y'all need a person to help you with foreclosures, pre-foreclosures, shout out to Ray. If you in Maryland, y'all reach out to Ray. He'll help you. He'll help you. If you in foreclosure in Maryland, reach out to Ray. He'll help you. Ray's in the mentorship. Y'all, we love him. Ray, we missed you. Okay, number 8 is Texas. Leading counties, Liberty, Caldwell, and Franklin. I'm going to add to that list Harris, Travis, and what? Bell County? What's Austin County? If you live in Austin, what's the county in Austin? I know Dallas and Houston. Isn't that Travis and Harris? What's Austin? Is it Bell County? William County? Travis. Liberty County isn't too far from me in Houston. Okay. I heard Maryland and Connecticut on the list too. Sound is my videos fine colors country. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Manus. Is that how I say Manus? Thank you, y'all. Austin is Travis. Okay. Bell is Belton. Austin is Travis. What's Harris? What's Harris County? There's Travis County, Harris County. Which one I'm missing? What's the counties for Houston, Dallas, and Austin? That's what I want to know. Houston, Dallas, and Austin. What are those counties? Ohio is number 9. The highest rates, Cuyahoga. I learned how to say it. Lucas and Marion County. Number 10 is New Jersey. That's Cumberland, Sussex, and Atlantic County. And then you keep going. You got Utah, California, Iowa. I'm going to drop this in the chat so y'all can read it for yourself before you go to bed. Dallas is Dallas County. Okay. Houston, Bell is going towards Temple. Bell is, okay. Austin is Travis. Dallas is Dallas County. Okay. Okay. What's Harris County? In Harris, Harris is one of them too, isn't it? Houston is here. Okay. Okay. Y'all help me out. Thank you. Y'all know I don't know. I'm trying to remember to have so many cities and counties in my head. Thank you, you guys. Ray, you've been missing some good mentorships. You got to come back on Thursday. You know we started a new one on the 10th. So a new group, but we got a bunch of new people and everybody working. Ray, we need your input. So there it is. Camilla, I told you Alaska is number 15. Look at Alaska, Camilla. I told her she's like Lake and Peninsula, Huna, Angoon, and Fairbanks North Star. Camilla, I'm going to need you to start taking over the foreclosure market in Alaska. You better save the people in the igloos. I'm just kidding, Camilla. And y'all told me that Bexar is pronounced bear. The X is silent, right? Bear County. That's right, because the X is silent. But y'all going to help me when I do a video. Y'all put the syllables and the accents and everything. I appreciate it because I don't know how to say half of them. Got it. So there's the list, you guys. Good looking. Go check it out. Georgia. There's Georgia. Crawford, Rockdale, and Liberty for Georgia. So it's 7:35. We're doing good. We're rocking and rolling. Let's look at daily job cuts and see what's going on over there. Y'all know I love daily job cuts. Shout out to them. Shout out to everybody on here. We got about 80 people on here. Tiffany, they said worse than 2008. That's what they're saying. Worse than 2008. So get your coins and your credit right if that's how you plan on buying. Or whatever your plan is. You know what I mean? Y'all know my plan. I'm leaving here with something. That's all I'm saying. I'm leaving here with something this time around. So I'll share as much as I can with y'all. But here's Daily Job Cuts. Y'all know I like this because they have a lot of the latest articles going on. You can see on this left side of the screen, these are all companies that are laying off. On the right side of the screen, these are companies that are closing or have filed bankruptcy. Okay? So it's, everybody getting laid off. Look, I said, everybody getting laid off. Las Vegas Housing Supply. Close this ad. Las Vegas housing supply rises 31% as demand stumbles, pushing sale prices down. Hopefully we get a little correction in here to make houses more affordable because they were just No, Tiffany, I wasn't. In 2008, I was 23 years old. I've been auctioning probably for the last 8 to 10 years. 8 years at this point. I've been auctioning. No, I was just a young real estate agent, a young, hungry real estate agent in 2008. Do you have any resources for property preservation contractors looking for HUD work? I'm a contractor based in Dallas and would like to explore HUD opportunities. Ray just got a contract in Maryland, didn't you, Ray? With the veterans. Garnett, remind me. I'm putting a bookmark where you are, Garnett, and remind me after I get through with talking about these articles. I'll try to show you some places like on HUD, how to apply to be suppliers and stuff like that. I'll try to remind me. Okay. Just drop it in there. Say, Ashley, don't forget property preservation. So yeah, because Ray said he just got one with the veteran, with the VA, right? In Maryland. Las Vegas housing supply rises 31% as demand stumbles. I knew Las Vegas. And I'm not going to read this article, but it just goes to show I think we are definitely going to have a housing correction for sure. Eventually we'll get here because a lot of times houses, I'm not a lot of times, but houses are just unaffordable right now for a lot of people. It's just like I think the average home price right now is like $440,000. You're looking at like a $3,300, $4,000 house payment. Most people can't afford that, depending on taxes and insurance where you live. The average home price is $440,000. Y'all, people can't afford. A lot of people can't afford that. I was going to show. They usually show avocado toast no more. Struggling young renters forego restaurants, skip meals to afford rent. It's getting rough. I was trying to see. Pushing down monthly housing payments. Let's see if this one tells. The typical homebuyer's monthly mortgage payment is $2,600. It was like three something. And I don't think that number probably include taxes and insurance, to be honest. The median U.S. sales price was $394,000 during the 4 weeks ending August. It was higher than that a few weeks ago. It was like $400,000. Supply of dwindling, new listings are up. Homes are taking time to sell. If you are a home buyer, you better negotiate. My client just made an offer on a house. It was on the market for $800,000. Y'all, we got it locked up for $725,000. $725,000. You know, we try to play limbo over here. $75,000 off a list price. So if you are a home buyer and you are in the market, y'all negotiate. If they say no, circle the block, go look at some more houses and come back a week later and offer something else the next week. Depending on where you live. Most cities, people are not lined up to buy houses. If you live in a city where people are not lined up to buy houses, or if a house has been on the market for like 120 days, 160 days, y'all lowball them. Lowball them. If they say no, say, okay, thanks. That agent gonna probably try to convince you. You just gonna be like, okay, thanks. Circle the block, wait a week and a half, come back again and make an offer again. That's what we did. Until you get the price where you want to get it. So don't feel like, not in this market. Don't you offer list price unless you live in one of those places. Do not offer list price for nothing because a lot of these sellers are delusional. It went down to $500K for a 3-bedroom, and with 20% down, 6% mortgage, $3,000 at least. I don't know how people can afford. Exactly, Tiffany. Exactly. 224 monthly payment difference barely pays for. Y'all, people can't afford it. And the way these jobs letting go, I told y'all, if you go to work and it's a pop-up meeting on your calendar with HR, just go and pack your boxes up. Just get your boxes, get your little flower plant, whatever you got on flower pot, take your little picture frames, and go to the house because you know what it's about to be. If you get a little meeting with HR on your calendar all of a sudden, you know what it is. I'd be like, you should have told me at the house. I need to come. You could have sent this to me in a text message if today was my last day. So, okay, what are we talking about now? Okay, do you want to know about property preservation? I know Fannie Mae has one. Let's go to Fannie Mae's site. So I'm on Fannie Mae's site, you guys, and we'll talk about REOs. Let me just help him in his property preservation. I'm on Fannie Mae's site. I scrolled all the way down. If you come down here to suppliers, Fannie Mae works with suppliers to deliver products. And then you can come on here, register as like a new supplier. It'll tell you contracting opportunities. Let's see. New suppliers need to create a profile view for more information about responding. Can y'all see my screen while I'm just talking? Y'all can see my screen. Yeah. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. About responding to contracting opportunities. Usually they have a list of, that's not it. Opportunity. It'll show you like what they're looking for. New suppliers, contracting. I'll have to find it, but it's over. I'm going to drop this in the chat for you so you can, boom. That's for, where was your name? Who asked me about Garnett Freeman? That's Fannie Mae's site. All of them have that. Like if you go to HUD's site, HUD, I don't know if it's going to be HUD or if it's on store. They all have where you can sign up as like a vendor or supplier. You just got to look for it, but it's on all the sites. You got to dig a little deeper. You know what I mean? Let's talk about, because we're supposed to be talking about REOs tonight. Homesteps.com. Home Steps at Fannie Mae. Is that what it is? Home Steps. Not now. There we go. No, that's HUD's home. Here it is. Freddie Mac's site. Yeah, Procure One. Yeah, Procure One. You got to click on it. Right, Peachtree Realty. Once you get on there, like the site I showed you, click on to sign up as a new vendor. And Peachtree Realty is right. It's Procure One. But I didn't want to sign up as you. You know what I mean? Sometimes they show a list. There is a list. I just have to find out. There's a PDF and it shows like what vendors they want, like contractors, keying, rekeying. Like they'll have a whole list of people that they need, like escrow companies, contractors, who they need, and people can sign up. Yeah, Ray got him a property preservation house from the VA. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all better get your coins where you can get it. Y'all better lock in, put your head down, don't look up until after this wave is over. Okay, lock in, do all the things. If you can do property preservation, trash outs, clean out, rekey, cleaning, landscaping, whatever you can do, y'all need to run it up for the next 5 to 6 years. That's what I'm doing. Gabby graduates in 2031. Y'all, I got 6 years exactly, and then she's going to be going to college. So your girl's head is down and foot is on the gas for the next 6 years, okay? If the wave lasts 5 years or 6 years, I'm leaving here with something. So we locked in. If you're with me, you're with me. Then you're with me. You can join a national as a property preservation vendor, Safeguard Brookstone. There you go, Brian. See, I love our little community. Y'all try to help people as much as you can. We do try to help you guys. Okay, so this is, hold on, let me tell you where we are. So this is, hold on. Boom, boom, like the Brady Bunch. This is Freddie Mac's REO sites. A lot of y'all are like, where do I find REO properties? That's the third and final phase. It's just starting, Tiffany. It's just starting, Tiffany. It hadn't even started yet. The faucet is just trickling. You need to be in it and in position when they turn the faucet, turn the hose on full blast. You know what I mean? So, y'all got another good 5 or 6 months for 2026. Y'all better try to be in position. That's all I'm trying to say. Y'all can come on in the mentorship if you want to. But what was I going to say? So last and final phase of foreclosure is the REO. And a lot of people are like, where do you find REOs? Tiffany, you ain't getting old, baby. We still in here. We still in the game. Here's one site. Home Steps is one site to find REOs. You just come on in here. Now, the good thing about REOs is you can use traditional financing, right? You can use FHA, VA, conventional, depending on the condition of the property. Unlike with me at the auction, where you got to have certified funds. When you come see your auction mama, I need all your coins. You know what I mean? I can't type for nothing right now. There it was. I'm just clicking too hard. That's what it is. Just clicking and I'm impatient. So you can come on here and you can make offers. The closer it gets to the end of the year, y'all make offers. You know, these banks want to move these properties, but you can come on here, put in your city, county, wherever you live. I did Atlanta. It went so quick. I don't know what happened. Let's do Dallas. I think my computer is slow because there's so many of y'all on here tonight. Let's see. As long as we don't freeze up, we okay. Come on, Peachtree Realty Services. I bought an REO condo on Home Steps in 2017 for 20. Come on, that's what I'm talking about, Peachtree. Because y'all know I'm trying to get my beach house in Florida for $22.19. Come on, that's what I'm talking about. Atlanta 303. Here, let's go look at Home Steps. Is going kind of slow, but I think it's my computer because I'm doing so much and not enough at the same time. Homestore.gov. Okay, so HUD Home Store, that's another one. HUD Home Store, homesteps.com, homepath.com. Bank of America, Truist, and Wells Fargo all have their own REO sites that you can go look at and make offers on these properties, okay? So y'all was like Atlanta. Clearly I can't type. Let's see what we got in Atlanta. It's only one sitting out there in Atlanta right now. Y'all bookmark these sites. I know a lot of times it's like there's nothing on here. Bookmark them and come back and check back with us. So here's Chicago. There's one in Chicago. So they have new listings, 160,000. The closer it gets to the end of the year, y'all just start making offers on these properties. You can lowball them because the banks want to move these properties at the end of the year. So let me just click on one so y'all can I can show you what I'm talking about. So here's a property. If you scroll down, it tells you about the property. 203K eligible, FHA $100 down eligible. You know, a lot of these HUD Home Store, they offer financing. Like you can go through them. They might give you down payment assistance. They might give you closing. You know, use the things that they give you. And then if you want to submit an offer, there's the listing broker. You can reach out to Kenneth, or you can have your own agent reach out to Kenneth and submit your offer. You know what I mean? And it's just like they probably have some addendums for the bank, but it's like submitting a regular offer on a property, you guys. It's just like that. Make sure you do all of your inspections because bank properties are as is. What you see is what you get. So go out there, do an inspection, get your cousin, uncle, certified licensed inspector to walk through that house because you don't want to get a money pit, okay? You don't want to get a money pit. So do all your inspections. They're not going to fix anything. But if you see something you like, you can make an offer on it and go from there. So that's HUD Home Store. You submit an offer just like normal. It usually walks you through. Let's see. Texas got 162 properties. 486. And some of them look real good. You know what I mean? Sometimes some of them are like price reduced. But this is, I'm on HUD Home Store. I'm going to show you Home Path. Did I do Home Path already? I did Home Path. Did I do Home Path already? Yeah or no? I don't think I did the REO site though, did I? No, I didn't. Here's Home Path. This is Fannie Mae's REO site. And so they offer down payment assistance, may be available for owner occupant buyers, right? You know what I mean? So you can come on here and we can do, let's see what's going on, what they got in Dallas. And you can come on in here, put your, where you live. That one's just listed. So some of them look like decent, you know what I mean? And especially for a buyer. I don't know this area or anything about the prices here in Dallas. But for some home buyers, if it's just too expensive, maybe check out REO properties, you know what I mean? And just go that route. You know what I mean? Can y'all see my screen while I'm just talking? As actually showing use these sites, their maps show the REOs in their inventory. Yes. And so a lot of y'all don't know about them yet. I'm glad y'all talk in the chat because I can't see all the time. But save them, bookmark them. You know what I mean? Come back in a couple of months or a couple of weeks and see how inventory has grown. Learn how to make offers, right? In case you see something that you like, you can go and put an offer on it. Some of these are just too high, aren't they? They still high, but let it get closer to the end of the year. Y'all look at these properties. Some of them are nice. Y'all, everybody be like, they hood houses in foreclosure. No, they're not. They suburban houses in foreclosure. Trust and believe. It's a bunch of nice ones going up for auction next week. That one's under contract. You know what I mean? If you were looking and say your budget was, you had a nice budget, but everything in your budget is unaffordable, come and see if they got something. You know what I mean? This one, 4.8. What is this? Oh, it's a condo, huh, you guys? 3-bed, 4-bath condo. You know what I mean? This might be a place for if you're an agent and you have a buyer looking. You know what I mean? Like, let's see, property type, listing type. I was trying to see if they had any that were, if you can filter it by price reduced, you can. But I'm always going to filter it by that. Oh, so nothing has been priced. Maybe it's about to be the end of the month. So what I would say is bookmark and see, you know what I mean? And just check back and watch the inventory start. Here's a price reduced. I mean, by $10,000. It was $580 and they got it down to $570. Y'all know me. We gonna play limbo. How low can you go, especially when it's the bank? We playing limbo. Are the curtains yellow? Yep. Y'all in the chat. I'm glad y'all looking. You got to be careful down some because they could foundation. There you go. You just do all your inspections. So that's the difference between me at the auction and y'all buying REO properties. You can't get an inspection at the auction, but you can get an inspection on your REO properties. Do all of them, structural, termite inspection, everything. You know what I mean? Do everything you want to do. And I think some of these like agents will list them. It doesn't have to be an REO because I think agents can come on here and put their own listings on here that aren't REO properties. You know what I mean? So those were some REO sites. You submit offers just like, let's see, making an offer. You just need like pre-qualification letter, whatever type of mortgage loan you have, down payment, earnest money, exactly the same way you would do if it was a normal home. You're just negotiating with the bank. So, y'all play limbo with the bank. You know what I mean? We're not worried about, not all of them. I feel like they used to be, but now they let agents list their properties on HomePath a lot of times. But most of them are REO properties. For sure, most of them are. VRMproperties.com. This is the VA REO site. VRM Properties. V is in Victor, R is in Rabbit, M is in Michael Jackson's birthday just passed. VRMproperties.com, right? And you can look. These are veteran REO properties. Some nice REO properties. Look at that one. Is that REO? Golly. A lot of them will be like investors who started and then could not finish and went into foreclosure. You'll see that a lot when it comes to foreclosures. So, Singing Water Drive in Rockwall, Texas. So I'm going to drop this in the chat so y'all can go look at it, bookmark it, save it for a day. Boom. I dropped that in the chat for y'all. Is my stream the only skip? Y'all, it's the stream skip and don't say it. Don't say it. Look, I'll put my face back in. Maybe it'll calm down. Can y'all still see me or am I glitching? Glitch. Let me know. Blink if you can see me. Or let me know if it's okay. Let me know if we're okay before I keep going. Okay, so we're good again? We're good again? The price number. Blink. Okay, everybody blink. We still in business. I'm not gonna stay on here long since I'm gonna be on here all 3 days, you guys. I'll be on here tonight, tomorrow, and Monday. We'll talk about each phase of the foreclosure process for sure. Um, check out all of those. So if we get, I said I was going to stay on here at least an hour so I can talk to y'all. So we did REO properties. What questions do y'all have that I missed? REOs, don't forget traditional financing, FHA, conventional, FHA 203K. Do all of your inspections. Do all of your inspections because the bank is not going to do any repairs for you, right? And if there is something that's major, put it in your price. We play in limbo, okay? So because what you see is what you get, right? Um, ask for closing costs, ask for everything that you want when you're buying an REO property. Okay, you guys? Y'all got that? Y'all got that? Let me drop this in the chat again. If y'all want to come to the mentorship, we start again September 10th. Early bird pricing ends on Monday. I think I'll extend it because Monday's the holiday. We go for 6 weeks. We're talking pre-foreclosures, how to market, outreach, bank conversation, homeowner conversations. She's not in here, but she came to one of my master classes, really sweet girl in Florida. And she was saying that she's having to deal with people who got deported, who owned houses, right? She's like, how I'm having to talk to the banks to let them know that the homeowner got deported back to their country, right? And what are they going to do with the house? I was like, ooh, um, and so that's what she's facing down there in Miami. I think she said she's in Miami, Florida. So I was like, ooh, I used to wonder about that. I'm like, what's going to happen to their houses if they leave? You know, um, I think that's going to be an issue with y'all in Texas too. Texas, California, Florida, with those big, um, Hispanic populations. You know what I mean? But she said that's what she's dealing with. That trying to talk to banks and let them know that her client got deported and can't pay them. Is not there anymore. And what's going to happen to the house? You know, and ask if they can try to hurry up and sell it or something like that before they have to leave. So, y'all, it's just so much going on that affects our real estate market, honestly. But yeah, so y'all know your girl's getting certified in September. So follow along on that journey. I will try to vlog as much as I can so y'all can find out, follow along with that. Property insurance is through the roof and everything through the roof in Florida. Taxes, insurance, alligators, hurricanes, everything through the roof in Florida. But shout out to Florida. I still love y'all. I love Florida down there. When we ice rated my car wash in the y'all, I just, I don't know. You guys, I don't know. Wouldn't we have lots of title issues later on? Wouldn't we have lots of time? Dealing with what, Tiffany? What in particular do you mean when you say title issues? I'm going to go to another screen, but I can still talk to you. But if the live click off, we just come back tomorrow. Okay. If it ends, that just means it's time for us to go to bed. Okay. Okay. So, y'all know what site I'm on if you follow. Auctions for next week. Next week is a big auction week, the first Tuesday of the month. Here is the city of Los Angeles. Y'all, it's crazy out there. You know what I mean? Everybody just be careful. That's all I can say, Lots of auctions, Georgia and Texas. Tomorrow we'll go through some of these. You know what I mean? Tomorrow we can look at last week's auctions and I can show you how almost nothing sold at auction last week except for a few. And you know what happens if the property does not sell at auction? You guys, what happens? It reverts back to the bank and they become REO properties. These are houses going up for auction next week. You guys, going to the auction. I always encourage y'all to go to the auction. It's free, open to the public at your county courthouse, whatever county the auction is at, the courthouse in the county, right? It's never at the house. It's at the county courthouse. Okay. So it would be at Fulton County Courthouse or Richmond County Courthouse. And we'll go through some of these tomorrow night. Same time, 7 o'clock Central. You know what I mean? I'll drop this in the chat so y'all can look at it tonight if you want to. You know what I mean? I dropped that website so y'all can go and look at the sales that are coming up next week. That's not all of them, just a few of them. First Tuesday of the month, that's Georgia and Texas. Georgia and Texas. Somebody wanted me to look at a property. Is it better to buy at auction or REO price-wise? Price-wise, it'd probably be the auction. But safe-wise, title-wise, blood pressure-wise, it might be REO is what I would say. You know what I mean? So I dropped that in the chat. I dropped a whole bunch of other websites in the chat. You guys, I guess I need master classes for September. I don't know what they are going to be yet. If y'all have some ideas, then let me know. I usually teach on foreclosures, REOs, auctions, pre-foreclosures. So I'll try to do that again in September as much as I can. Y'all know y'all's niece plays volleyball now, so we go to volleyball practice.